So before I begin here, guys, I'd like to let everybody know that the coward that wrote all this has recently deleted everything. Luckily, I was screenshotting everything from the jump. And I got a network of guys out there, you know who you are, thank you very much, that was screenshotting the stuff that I couldn't see. We have archives and archives and archives of false claims that are now in a folder called Legal Document for the entire world to see. So I was doing a family photo shoot on Perdido Key Beach, and this cuss word thinks that his video of a man fishing is more important than another family being able to take photos. Because he literally planted his cuss word right behind my family doing photos. You guys remember that. I set up behind her. That's what she's claiming. This is her original post, guys. Let me repeat that. He literally planted his cuss word right behind my family doing photos. So I set up behind her. Could be. But then she goes on to talk about how she walked far away from me. I want you to remember that too. So she first says I planted my setup behind her, but then in like the next sentence she says, but we walked far away from her. So that's what she's telling the world, is that I came up with my fishing crew and my gear and I set up behind them. They were out there doing their family photo shoots. She got irritated and moved down the beach. That's what she's portraying to the world. And then it goes on and on about the incident, right? We're going to get into that in a little while with video footage. But the comments are great, guys. The comments make this story beautiful. I'll start from the beginning. This is where she attacks my business. She's making false claims that are intended to destroy my business. Basically, she's saying here that she's going to make a review on, I guess, my Google reviews for my business and talk about what a bad person I am. So then Katie chimes in. Hey, Katie. Katie chimes in. It's like, hey, this is some good stuff. You need to post this on the Pensacola Fishing Forum Facebook group, you know, to expose this animal. The woman replies, no, I don't want to do that because they're not going to be on my side. Coward. Freaking coward. You will post all this crap and these lies to people that are only going to be on your side, but you won't post it anywhere else. My goodness. I mean, she says it right here. No, I better not post it in any fishing forums because they're not going to be on my side. Coward. Then she goes on and talk about how I'm this entitled white male, so I have like this white on white crime going on. I've never even heard of that. And the reason I destroyed her photo shoot is because I'm a white male, and this is what's wrong with America, us white men. And then here comes Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer, what a cuss word. Get him, girl. Jennifer goes on. Girl, people be so effing rude or entitled. From the tourists walking around shopping, standing in the background, to the entitled Stepford wives in season, I never shoot another cuss word beach portrait as long as I live. There's not enough money in it. So Jennifer here, she hates the tourist. And white people, I guess. Then our woman comes back and says that she didn't try to interfere with our fishing, but I interfered with her photo. She didn't try to interfere with my fishing. And then here comes Deborah. Hey, Deborah. What a cuss word. Good for you, baby girl. Hope your family shoot ended well. And then her big argument is that I wouldn't address her. I was only addressing the gentleman, which was her client. The guy was a family group, right? You guys will see all this in the video. And the guy was there because she was accusing me of intentionally screwing up this guy's family photo shoot. And she was so irate that I couldn't talk to her, guys. I looked right at the guy and I was like, I hope you don't believe this. And he shook his head like this. He understood what a complete nutcase this chick was. So then this whole freaking 2-day thing goes on about men being entitled, white men being entitled. America's all screwed up because of this. Like, this is what this has come to, guys. I was freaking fishing. And by this time, the fisherman had got a hold of this, and the fisherman came in, and finally there was somebody on my side. But really, guys, nobody knows the story. Everybody's just believing this woman or not believing this woman without any proof of anything. All these Kays and Jennifers that just jumped on her side. Yeah, girl, get him. I hate them some. You guys are all about to be extremely embarrassed. Here we go, guys. This is the day. You can see I have them all numbered in the event of how everything went down. And I was actually running a guide on this day, guys. I was conducting business. I have not edited these clips. I need all these clips in their raw form for my legal documents folder for later. But this will allow us to go through the day. I can fast forward, I can stop, I can point things out, and clear the air. Let's get going. Clip 1. This is right when we get to the beach, guys. First fish on of the trip.
Down there. First one to get hit today.
As you can see, I'm still setting up. These are my 2 clients here. So I do have 2 eyewitnesses also, plus Fred. We're gonna fast forward a little bit. Got us some bait. So we will be using that bait later. I wanna stop right here. I wanna stop right there and show you the area of question, right? This is where the incident went down. So right off the bat, we're into a lie here, because one of her first statements was that we came up and set up our spread behind her. There's no one here. Who am I set up behind? And then she went on to say, oh, because we set up behind her, she moved down the beach. Clearly, there is no one here, guys. We can move through this clip, just basically prepping the ladyfish for later use. And at this point, what I was doing, guys, is 24 hours before this trip, Frisky Fins and I were out on the same beach, and he caught a king mackerel from beach using some mullet. I had some fresh ladyfish, so that was what I was trying to do here. I wanted to zoom this ladyfish out. When I say zoom, I mean with the Swell Pro Fisherman Max, the drone. Zooming out there, we're on the same beach, hoping to get my clients on a kingfish. Getting the Swell Pro ready.
And the Swell Pro.
So, not much to see here, guys. Just setting up the drone. It takes a minute to set this drone up too. I point that out to show you how long I was here before the crew showed up. Clip 4, still setting up the drone. Clip 5, putting my floaties on just in case she takes a crash landing over the Gulf of Mexico. Right? All this takes time. Next clip, getting our blades on, getting our floaties on. We're into clip 7 now. Getting the ladyfish prepped. And Frisky taught me this trick. Cut the tail off of it.
Tail off.
You're not having air in your butt if you don't eat that right now.
My clients egging each other on to eat the tail. They were a fun group. Getting our ladyfish ready to be zoomed. Right, so we're talking about 15 minutes there, guys. 15 minutes total time to get all that done.
Controller.
Having fun with the clients. And this is 15-20 minutes later. Here's the area of question. No one's here. This woman walked up and she came from the boardwalk. She sat there and watched the waves for a little while and then left. So she had nothing to do with the incident. We're getting it prepped. Trying to figure things out. I'm still pretty new to drone fishing. We're into 20-25 minutes at this point. And the launch. Still no people here. That was a pretty long clip. I dropped the bait and bring the drone back. And I do have some actual drone footage somewhere in here. I'll find that in a second. Here it is. So, I want to show you guys this. I had the cameras on the drone. So we swing out there, we drop the bait. Now look, you get a good shot of the beach. Let me back it up. Come on. Look, no one around me, guys. There is no one to the right or left of me. There's that one lady. Again, she had nothing to do with the incident. She's still kind of hanging out. There's nobody on the boardwalk. There is no one around. fish on.
We are on, guys, just like that.
And I want to back this up. So we do have a fish hooked up at this point, and there is still no one here, right? We are actually hooked up on a fish. Let's fast forward a little bit, because around this time, our party shows up. And here, this ended up being about a 70-pound blacktip shark, guys. So it's taking us down the beach. As you can see, we are heading west. There's nothing you can do. Where that shark wants to go, it's gonna go. I mean, that's a 70-pound fish, all muscle, that's designed to swim. You're not stopping that thing. You're not controlling it. So let's pay attention right here behind my curls, right? You're gonna start seeing the folks walk up, right? We are already fighting this fish. We have been fighting this fish. I think that's them right there. Let me see. Stop it there. You can kind of see some heads right here. So kind of keep an eye on that section right there.
Really hone me in on what to do out here and how to be safe with it. Got me comfortable with the drone and dropping baits. And I just followed exactly what he taught me yesterday, and we're already on.
There you go, guys. See them? They are just now. Let me back it up. Right there. They are just now showing up, right? I have been here probably about an hour and a half at this point, maybe pushing 2 hours. In the video I say 3 hours, but in reality it was 2 hours. As you can see over here, no one home. We're fighting a fish. My clients are having a fun time. At this point, we're getting a lot of braid heading west, about 50 yards of braid out. So what I'm doing is I'm telling my client, look, you need to walk with that fish because we just don't want a bunch of 50-pound braid, you know, at a big diagonal down the beach. People can't see that. So I'm instructing him to walk, get in front of the fish. I turn the camera around because I know we're heading west. Still, no one over here, guys. They're still back here. And we start heading west more. At that point, I grabbed the camera. It was on a sand spike, and I knew we were going to be moving down the beach. So I wanted to make sure, obviously, I get all this on the footage for all this. So I grabbed the camera, and again, no one's here. Let's move on. There we go. Heading west. Now this is where it gets hairy, guys. And I want you guys to listen to me because at this point, the family and the photographers show up and they're standing right next to us, guys. Right next to us, right? I don't know why. They obviously see we have a fish on the line. They obviously see it's taking us down the beach. And I grabbed the rod from my customer because we had so much line, you know, cutting down at an angle. I grabbed the rod and I let him know, I'm like, listen, I'm going to get this line past these people. And then once we pass the people, I'll give you the rod back, right? There were little kids around and things like that. I didn't want a bunch of 50-pound braid laying in the sand. So that's what I do. And what I do also is I jump down off that ledge here to get on the shoreline, right? So I didn't want to go behind them or through the middle of them or anything. And I actually risked losing the fish doing this because I was going to put a lot of slack in the line. But I knew to be safe, I needed to get off this ledge, get in this shoreline, and get this whole rod and everything past them as quick as possible. Let's roll the tape.
I'm going to try to get past these people.
And at this point, she starts yelling at me. Listen closely.
What'd she say?
I hope you lose the fish.
Why?
You can forgot her picture?
I can't help it. We were here first.
Which was 100% true. She invaded our area. I did all I could to not interfere with her. And she's acting like because she took a picture that it's like 1983 and she's using film, she can't take another picture. Like, these are digital cameras, right?
All right, come on.
So at this point, I cleared the group. I cleared the group of people, and obviously I want my client to catch this fish, so I hand the rod back to him. Right? And this goes on and on. We fight the fish. We fight the fish. Now, you see these people, right? So that's how far I got past them. We were way over here, and I want to show you how close, there's my beach cart, guys, how close she set up next to me. That is my stuff. She is claiming that I set up behind her and came in here and ruined her photo shoot. She just got there, guys. She'd been there about 5 minutes. There was no photo shoot going on. Let's roll the tape. You can still hear her yelling at us, right? Super unprofessional. All these people, these are her poor clients. I hope they don't this leaves a everlasting memory of them, a Perdido key. If you guys are listening, if you guys are seeing this tape, contact me. I would love to take you on a free trip.
I haven't even seen it yet.
So we fight the fish for a while in this area, right? The fish decides to start going back. Here we come again, right? Here we go.
Ma'am?
Now, I'm calling her ma'am. She looked to be about 50 years old. So I was trying to use my manners that I've been taught my whole life. You know, I was not being rude. I want you guys to listen. I didn't understand why she was so upset. I was doing everything I could to avoid the situation. But again, they did invade our space.
Ma'am? What? No, I can't. I can't help where the fish goes. Sir, I'm not being rude to you. I can't help where the fish goes. Hey, I've been here for 3 hours. You just got here. Thank you. Yeah. And you're mad because where the fish is going? I'm sorry. I'm intentionally ruined the photo. Sir, I hope you don't believe this. Okay.
I'm going to stop it there, right? I'm telling this lady that I've been here for 3 hours, and her reaction was so. I mean, she was like a middle schooler, right? This is a grown 50-year-old woman talking about so. Like, that's all she could say. I knew I couldn't talk to her. So I looked at the gentleman because it was his photo shoot, right? He is paying the money. And I looked at him. Now, mind you, the first time we went by, he told my client, "Get 'em, boys." Like, he was excited. He wanted to see what we had. He was enjoying the experience. So I look at him and I said, "Sir, I hope you don't believe this." And he shook his head no. So we fight the fish, and it breaks at the shoreline.
Go get 'em, boys. Like, he was excited.
And my two clients, they were like visibly shaken. Like, they didn't know if we were in the wrong or not. You know, they don't understand that I deal with these Karen types pretty much daily.
So I guess we're intentionally ruining beach photos now. These people, bro. Hold on.
And you can see, guys, like, I'm just over it, right? I'm like, this is so ridiculous. What would I have to gain by intentionally ruining someone's family portraits, right?
Listen, bro, you can't let these people bother you. This is my life. I live with the Karens, dude.
My guy over here, this client, the younger one, he was shaken by the whole incident. Like, he was nervous. And then my client here, Brian, told me later in the trip that he turned to look at her and she bowed up at him like she wanted to fight. Like, this is a
Unlike
grown,
the Karens,
this
they
is a
were-
grown woman, guys. This is a grown woman.
My goodness, so that woman was screaming, saying we were intentionally messing up her beach photos, and she's the owner of the business. The guy who was actually taking the pictures, he told us, go get them, boys. Like, he was excited. What a bad business move.
What a bad business move.
What in the world?
That's what I'm saying. I don't have time for this nonsense, guys. I don't have time to be sitting here trying to clear my good name. It's summer. We're running a lot of guides. I'm busy. I got a full-time job. I got a family. This woman attacked me, guys. She attacked me on social media, which was only meant to do harm. Talking about leaving reviews on my business site, bashing my character, bashing my business. This is what we call a taker, guys. And listen, I've spent the last 72 hours trolling this woman. Looking through her social medias and things like that, guys, I am not the only one she's doing this to. This woman is a virus to this city. This woman invaded my area. I did everything I could to avoid them. Obviously, she's an older woman. I was trying to be as polite as possible. And she just kept spitting out this like middle school antics. So, like that's all you got to say? If you're gonna have an argument, have an argument. And then went on in these Facebook posts about white men in America and us being it was trash, is what it is, guys. Absolute trashy behavior. And this woman's running a business here in Perdido Key. Guys, I am sorry. To the family that had to experience this, to my 2 clients, I apologize, guys. This is not Perdido Key. She is the exception. For the most part, we're very professional around here. Again, if that family happens to see this video, please contact me. I will take you guys out on a trip. Not that I feel that I'm at fault, but I don't want your lasting memory of Perdido Key being that woman. I'll see y'all on the next one.